All right, in today's workout, we're gonna perform everything in descending order, meaning I'm gonna go down the list of 5 exercises for one full round and then repeat. Basically, I'll start eliminating things as I go through each round. So I'm starting here first with a hang snatch using my barbell. And as we go through, I'll show you different ways to improvise based on what you have. So I just did 5 repetitions of a hang power snatch. And now I'm going into a conventional deadlift with the barbell for 6 repetitions. So I have 5 repetitions of the snatch, and you can vary the snatch however you want. You can go hang, you can go from the ground, you can go power, you can go squat. But for purposes of this video, I am showing you guys hang power snatch. Okay, the third exercise is judo push-ups. So on this, you're basically envisioning going under a how low can you go bar, for lack of better terms. So you start in that push-up position, kind of dive down, and then back out of it, almost like a downward dog. You're gonna do 10 repetitions here. This is the third exercise. And after you're done with 10 judo push-ups, then you're gonna go into box jumps. Now, obviously, again, this is a home-based workout. So some of you may have boxes, some of you may not have boxes. So I'm just showing you here, in this case, I'm using a chair. I know how much I weigh and I know how much the chair can handle. So use discretion when you're at your home with what you have. If you have stairs at home, you can utilize stairs. If you don't, just do a squat jump instead. All right, so I had 6 of those box jumps, and now I'm going into Bulgarian squats. So the chair works great for Bulgarian squats because you're just propping your back foot up on that chair. All the weight in the movement is in the leg that's on the floor. So you're gonna sit back into that hip, drive out of that hip, focusing on a nice 90-degree bend in the hip and the knee and not shoving that knee over the toe. So my foot is completely flat on the ground. I have body weight dispersed between my big toe, my small toe, my heel. Balanced up nice and tall through the torso, and again, sitting into that hip. So you don't want the first thing to happen to be the knee driving forward over the toe. Again, always low posterior or sit back and then stand back up. So for this is the final exercise in the circuit. You're going to do 12 on one leg and 12 on the other leg to complete one full round. All right, round 2. I'm starting back again at the top with snatches. In this case, I'm doing a hang power snatch, meaning I'm not ending super deep in that squat. And I'm also starting with the barbell above my knees in a hang position. So load my hips back, drive that weight, and pull myself under the bar. So 5 reps there, followed by side view of a conventional deadlift with the barbell being empty here. So again, use what you have. If you have weights and if you have a barbell, load it up to what you have. Our goal as we're going through this series, though, is to try to increase your weight each round as you can based on what you have. So that's the second exercise. Third exercise, I'm going back to that judo push-up again. I'll have modifications here soon. So again, I just start in that downward dog position, kind of lower myself down into the push-up, and you're getting a heck of a lot more tricep involvement with this version. So 10 repetitions here, and then I'm going to move on to the next exercise, which again are my box jumps. Now, this time around, I'm showing the people who do not jump your alternative, and that would be a step up. Since you're supposed to do 6 box jumps. If you go for the step up version, if you're not a jumper, I'm showing you 6 each leg on a step up. So again, use what you have. If you have stairs in your house, awesome, use those. If you do not, you'd just be doing a squat jump, or maybe like a air squat as an alternative. And then here is another set of 12 repetitions of Bulgarian squat, which is a single leg squat. Here I'm just holding one weight in my hands. In the last round, I had a weight in either hand. And so now what do you do if you don't have access to a chair or a step or something to prop your back leg up on? Is you will just do a single leg body weight squat, which can be found in the archives of Coach Natasha RN's exercise demos. So make sure to reference that if you're not quite sure what version of a single leg squat you can do. All right, end of round 2. All right, this is the start of round 3, and I'm going to show you a modification if you do not have a barbell at home. So this is a dumbbell one-arm snatch, and that's taking the place of just the barbell snatch. So you're still going to do 5 repetitions, and technically you should be doing 5 repetitions each side, but as you see there, you're just going to hold that weight in hand and still jump and drive under that weight. Now I'm showing you a variation of kind of a suitcase deadlift, basically, which is pretty much identical to a dumbbell squat if you do not have, again, a barbell in order to do your deadlifts. So I'm still going to do 6 repetitions here in that second round. And go into the push-ups. So I'm going to modify it here and just do a standard hands and knees push-up for those of you who may not be able to do the judo push-ups right now, and that's okay. That's something to maybe build yourself up to. But in this third round, I'm still going to do my 10 repetitions. And I'm showing you guys here a version of box jumps with the aerobic step system that I have. So these can be purchased relatively inexpensively or so. I found these at Walmart, but you can utilize these for box jumps too as well. And the fact is that you can vary your height pretty easily. So I did 6 repetitions there. All right, and that was the end of round 3. So now I'm starting round 4. Notice we didn't do any Bulgarian squats, and that's because we're done. So now starting round 4, here is the 5 repetitions of a dumbbell hang power snatch. So, and then ideally, I would have done another set on the other side, but next we're on conventional deadlifts once again for 6 repetitions. So at this point, I've crossed out the Bulgarian squats. I've crossed off the box jumps because that was the end of round 3, and this is round 4. So round 4, all I have are the snatches, the deadlifts, and the push-ups. So I'm back to those judo push-ups again for 10 repetitions. So what's nice about the descending order circuit is you just start scratching stuff off, which kind of helps for the psyche. All right, so round 5, I'm going to show you an alternative with a kettlebell here. So I'm going to do 5 of hang snatch with a kettlebell. So if you have access to these at home, this is another way to just modify it a little bit and get that in. All right, so this is round 5. So I'm down to just the snatch now. 6 deadlifts. And again, any version of that deadlift you can do based on what you have at home. And this is round 5. I have finished all my push-ups, so all I have are the snatches and the deadlifts now. All right, this is the final round. All I have are snatches left. And I'm going to show you this modification for those of you who've gone through this entire thing and you're like, dude, I do not know how to snatch. Or I can't right now. So this is a modification. This is a squat to press. And so this is a modification that you can use again for the entire circuit. If you just haven't gotten the form down or don't trust yourself with the form on the snatches. So front view and side view of a squat to press. And I'm going with 5 each side to finish off the circuit. This circuit is great for those who are time constrained. It does not take very long and it covers all your major movements.